I woke up this morning to find out the devastating news that Matt Perry has died. Mathew Perry, aged 54, has drowned. We all know Mathew from playing Chandler in Friends. And I've seen so many brilliant tweets today talking about people's love for him and the joy that he gave people via his performances in Friends. Matt was an addict. He was struggling with addiction for a long time in his professional life. We all saw him in Friends when he had great weight loss and weight gains, and those seasons of Friends when his face was so puffed up, he didn't look healthy. Now, I'm going to assume that Matt was residing in the same place he was when I was living in the States myself. And that isn't a great place to be around when you're an addict. And that's the problem. This business can be great for some people, but it can be poison to others. It's the hypocrisy I can't stand. It's all the people in the biz that are now saying how much they loved Matt. Where was your love for him when he was struggling, when he was alive? He needed your love when he was alive, not when he was dead. And it's the hypocrisy that kills you. You're going to hear people from this biz say, I knew him, I worked with him, he was this, he was that. Where were you when he needed your support? Matt shouldn't have been around that area. Shouldn't have been living where he was living. He needed to go somewhere quiet. He needed support. I'm not sure how much support he had from the biz or Hollywood itself. Because being in this industry can be a very, very lonely feeling. And sometimes when you're not doing well, when you're not on top of the world, nobody in this biz wants to know you. And we all know that. Of course, the death of Luke Perry was a huge body blow to Matt himself and the family on a whole. Big shock, the death of Luke Perry. A personal hero to me growing up, watching him on 90210. One of the best things about Matt Perry was his comic timing. But after Friends, he went on to do drama, even being nominated for an Emmy. He was a very, very talented man. There's no question about that. And 54 is too young to die. I'm 51 myself. He was 3 years my senior. And a lot of people may not agree, but I think 54, he was still young. No time to die. Absolutely devastating and sad and shocking. We need to help addicts more than we do, especially in this biz. I remember the Friends reunion of 2 or 3 years ago. We saw what state Matt was in then. People were laughing at him, mocking him. It's not funny, calling his behaviour and conduct embarrassing. I think Matt himself was embarrassed because he wasn't a bad dude. He would have been embarrassed by that, but he didn't do it, purposely. Being an addict is an illness. And instead of us frowning on people who are addicts, just because someone's rich and successful, it doesn't mean they don't need our help, love, and support. Because just because you're rich, just because you're walking on red carpets, just because you look glamorous to the rest of the world, that is not the reality of our biz. And it's very, very sad. Because as far as I'm concerned, this could have all been avoided. It's devastating. But his role as Chandler, being in Friends, will immortalise him. There'll be millions of people around the world devastated to hear this news today. And we're all going to be putting our favourite Chandler episodes of Friends on today to remind us of this man's talent. I love movies, I love TV. But as an actor myself, I believe that great acting can change the world. How many people who had a bad day used to go home and watch, Matt on Friends as Chandler and feel a little bit better about themselves? Because there's no better comedy than sarcasm. You know, Matt's performance as Chandler was very, very British humour. Sarcasm is British humour, and I think that's why a lot of us in the UK appreciated Chandler. He was one of our favourite members of the cast. So today we remember Mathew Perry, who tragically died yesterday at the age of 54.